He was, to me, a very kind person, understanding, when working also demanding, but bigger heart. Here in Stockholm, when we were working, I had I feel that he was working actually, I would say, almost desperately to achieve a good result in order to pay back what he said he owed the Swedish people who had received him so warmly during his visits to the China theater, the China show, the years after the war when he had started filming. And he wanted so badly to give something back, as everyone knew that this was made in Sweden. So he wanted to be very good. He didn't want it to be a flop here among the people who liked him so much. He didn't show off by telling jokes or funny stories. He made an act, and he had a very, his brain went very fast. He has fast, quick associations, and I also appreciate the speed with which he could catch a situation or learn how a person acts, performs. So he, after having talked to him, when we go and had coffee, he would suddenly play that role, play that person we just met, with the body language, the face, or the face look, and the voice. Even if he didn't know Swedish, he caught the melody, the music in the language, and that was fantastic because he registered so quickly and so cleverly, and made a demonstration of it.
Jacques Tati was so fantastic because he was exact with everything he did. He was exact. So he did exactly the same thing every time. So it was like playing a record. And he loved me, and I loved him. Sweden was the country where his movies always go well. Yeah.
Why do you think that?
He was so cool. I can't explain it, but we loved him, and everybody does. I remember when he turned that window so it came light on the. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I remember when we were here on circus, and he trained people to do things he liked them to do, and he showed them what to do, and they do after him, and say, okay, start from the start again, and then the way did something different. Say, no, what do that work? You didn't do it in the right way. So he was always exact. So he got mad at people that didn't understand that it is this hand at that moment.
He never come before 12 o'clock in the middle of the day. Never. And then I would like to have everything, every clothes, because I work with the dress. Och I tried to find things and try to understand him, and it was difficult really. And then I really worked that day, and so I come, okay, Jacques, here I am, I hear everything, and he said, too much good taste. Please take it away. So that's one story I have.
That's a good one.
Please take it away. And I was really temperament, I was so angry on him. But he was very sad. He was very. I felt he was very sad inside. Really, So because you can feel it when. Even if you don't have språk, you can feel it, language, you can feel it, and I felt it with him, really. I would say, like that, That's the whole story I have.
There are more directors that has been very influenced by Tati, and so have I, in a sense that I have demands of the director sometimes to make a kind of scenery where you can try to make it in one shot. You don't need to do that, but I mean you have to think in that way to force yourself to get the most important things in just one shot. And that he was a master of that. If you see that, I mean, shots going on forever and things happening in that corner, and somebody doing something with their feet or something. I mean, that's. I was assistant cameraman to my father Gunnar Fischer, who was contracted by Kalle Haskell just to film with Tati. Then Kalle didn't know, is this going to be television? Is it going to be on screen, in theaters or whatever? So to be safe, we filmed in 16, Super 16, 35 and 35 widescreen. And that was a problem with Tati, because he didn't trust anybody but himself. He sat looking into the viewfinder, and my father stood behind him after lighting the set, and he sat there for hours, adjusting 1 inch left, a little higher, things like that, without knowing that you have to be safe if you're having kind of 4 different ratios. You have to be safe. It's going to be in television. You know that the telecine is going to steal the corners and even cut. I mean, it's hard. Some theaters, you have to be safe. If you're doing kind of wide shots, that is important that you see everything. So in the end, when Tati left the chair from the camera, my father went to the camera, looked where Tati went, and he went back, adjusting the way he knew to be safe, to save Kalle in the end. I mean, that we're going to have everything in shots. He was a fantastic kind of music hall artist, and in between filming, he made some sketches that they were great. It's a pity we didn't film them. I mean, just like that. But on the other hand, he was very hard to. I didn't have very much contact with him. I felt that he was kind of rather mean, but he was very stubborn in a sense. I mean, he couldn't. I just wanted to make a whole film with him as being a cameraman. He didn't want any dialogue. He wanted to decide everything himself. I mean, you can film with somebody that is doing that, but you need kind of contact. You need yes. But he was very kind of closed, very much into himself thinking. Isolated, yes, that's the word. But I mean, might be that this project was making him isolated, because he didn't really know what to do, if it's going to end up in the theaters or on television or
12 TV shows or one. Yeah, it sounded like I think it's pretty fun to watch, though. Have you seen it lately?
No, I've not seen it.
When was the last time you watched it?
25 years ago, I guess.
You should watch it again.
All right, I'll do that.
one of
Yeah, I recognize it all. It's definitely her. Oh, yeah. These
Here's that series where he's stripping in front of his ship. Då blir vi färdiga.
Ja, det gick bra.
Det gick bra. Det fungerade jättefint.
Ja.
What I'm trying to do in all the pictures is to ask the people to observe a little bit, to make a little effort that they look around what happened in life, and then sometimes they can find that life can be funny. I don't say all the time, but I mean sometimes.